Hey, today I'm going to do a quick comparison between the AGM and the Goredi exercise under desk pedal, show you all you need to know about it. And first off, we're going to start off with some of the similarities and differences and go into overall which one I prefer. So let's go ahead and start with what they both include. So they both include these pads here. These are for anti-slip, non-slip pads. And then it also comes with a strap that you can attach to a chair, like we have attached to this office chair. I don't have it set up for this one, but you can also wrap it around your desk. So this is one of our desks here, and you can go around this bar, and then you just run it underneath it, and it's supposed to help it be a little bit more stable and stay in its spot, not move around and not wobble as much. And the assembly for this one was a little bit more complicated than the other one. So basically you just had to screw in the legs, and it comes with all the tools that you need to do so. It didn't take too long. The hardest part is probably getting the pedals in. So you have to screw these in as well. And now something I wish that they had was a nut right here to keep it more stable and balanced. It seems like it's a little bit more wobbly because it's missing that. But it's an overall nice pedal, and this strap is something as well that I might end up removing because I think it's a little bit easier without the strap, but I'll show you how I still use it. And yeah, and then for this one, it was a lot simpler. Now these are just some ankle weights, and I use these to just help balance them more. So these are not included as well, and I use them for all of them. And that's just something that I also recommend, just to add a little bit more stability in these. Just a little tip for you. Now this one, the assembly was pretty much the easiest thing because it was just folded together. All you had to do is pull out this pin right here. Or place this pin, I should say, and then also add on this timer and the knob and tighten it, and that's it. So you can also adjust this. So if you undo this knob right here, you loosen it up, you can actually adjust and slide it so it lifts up a little bit higher or lower. So I'll just show you. So if I loosen it up, I can kind of even just push it down and it'll lower, and then I can also just push it together and it makes it a lot higher. So I kind of like it somewhere in the middle of those. So let's see. Yeah, let's go right there. I believe that's where it was. And then I tighten this knob right here. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm trying to do this one-handed. There we go. Okay, and then put those on the legs. Now let's actually show them in use. So first off, let's start with AGM. I also want to show the different things that are on the timer so you can actually see. So it rotates through the different things. So you got the cycles, the distance, the counts. So count, C and TC is like the amount of cycles. So like each time you pedal, that'll be 1, and then the total amount, and then the calories, and it rotates through all of them. And you can reset it by holding this down. Once you start pedaling, it'll just start going. It's a little bit difficult to get in your feet in place, but I recommend just not using shoes, even though you can use shoes. It's just a lot harder to get in, especially with the pedal straps. So once I remove those, I'll probably use shoes again. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit wobbly, and I also don't have these on yet. So let me go ahead and throw these ankle weights on. So it just goes through, and it's still a little bit wobbly, but overall it does a good job. And you can adjust the tension as well. Maybe I have the tension up too tight a little bit, so you can loosen it by going to the left. And another thing I just want to show you real quick, This is what it actually looks like underneath. And it takes a AAA battery, and then this thing kind of like registers, so it spins like a conveyor belt, and this is against it, so this is how it tells when it does a cycle. So there we go. Now let's go ahead, move on to the Goredi. So we're gonna put the ankle weights down, and this is also at a different height for the chair. So let's go ahead. These pedals are different as well. They're not as high quality as the other one. Once you start pedaling, it'll turn on as well, and you can adjust the tension there. And then it kind of rotates through the same things. So you have the count, total count, time, and calories, and it shows the count at all times, and then it rotates through the other ones below, and it'll point an arrow at which one it's looking at. And this also continues where you left off. So if you want to reset it, hold down that button for a couple seconds, about 5 seconds, and it'll reset. Otherwise, it's going to continue where you left off. Now this one actually is a lot more stable than the other one, and even the ankle weights make a better or a bigger difference for it. But even before that, it just feels a lot more stable. And I also don't have that strap attached as well, so that could also help. Overall, they're both good options. I would say I like the fact that this one is a lot easier to assemble. This one also fits better under the desk. This one's taller, so I have to put it in front of that bar. It's not gonna fit as well underneath that, so it's a little bit harder. So I'd have to pick the Goredi over the AGM, but I think they're both good options.